Is my audio coming through, though? Yes. Okay. Hi, Glitch. Yeah. So let's let's kind of talk about what the fuck happened. So we'll start at the beginning. On December 3rd of last year, I got a very, like, it was just, it felt like the start of a migraine. And I worked a half day, and then I was like, I can't. Like, my head just hurts so much. And so I took the day off. The next day, it got worse. The only way I could describe it is it was like there was electricity running through my head. And I went to the ER. Sat there for like 4 to 6 hours. At the time, also, my feet and ankles were hurting. Keep that in mind. And I was essentially told, you just have a extremely bad headache. And I told the ER doctor that, like, I don't get migraines. And the only couple of times I've gotten migraines, this is not that. Anyways, I was given an IV solution or a saline solution through an IV, and then I was sent home. Then things just got worse, and I got more sick. And December 7th is the last full day I remember. Cut to January 1st. I wake up in a room. I am told... Sorry, I am definitely going to cry during this. I am told I am intubated, so I can't speak. That I am in the ICU at a hospital. And this is one of the nurses telling me this. And I can't remember the rest of our conversation, but then my mom comes in to the room. And she tells me that I'm safe, that I'm being taken care of, that I'm at this hospital, I'm in the ICU, and that a virus got into my body, got into... that I just became so sick. And that sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly what you said. That essentially I'm okay now, though, and I'm getting better. Because it turns out I had either viral or autoimmune encephalitis, which is essentially brain swelling. We now, at this point, know or assume that it was viral encephalitis. So essentially, a virus came in, went into my brain, and my brain swelled up. And I was told it was January 1st. I don't have any memories, really. I have a couple of flashes of memories from December. I have no memories of the last 3 weeks of December. During those 3 weeks, I also ended up losing function to my legs. So I couldn't walk anymore. And that was caused by two things, fun fact. That was caused by the encephalitis, where my brain swelled was mainly in the motor cortex of the brain, so motor functions. And a fun condition called transverse myelitis, which is swelling along the spine on both sides. So that caused me to lose motor function to my legs. Doctors were very confused as to why I'm having all this brain stuff, but also then why I can't move my legs at all, because they thought it was one disease instead of being like it's two different things. And then also during those 3 weeks, I got pneumonia. Because pneumonia is one of those fun diseases that when your immune system is completely shot, it's like, hey, let's jump into the party. And like, for me, pneumonia is one of those things where it's like, it just sounds like one of those old-timey diseases, like tuberculosis. You don't think about people nowadays getting tuberculosis, but people do. And, mainly old people get pneumonia nowadays. But yeah, I got pneumonia too. And during those 3 weeks, the pneumonia almost killed me, which was insane to hear, that you almost died and you have no memory of it. But I'm doing better now. Also during this time, I became paralyzed from the neck down. I could feel sensations, but I couldn't move anything. And of course, I'm leaving out like a lot of details you guys don't need to know, and like a lot of things that just don't matter in telling this. But basically, the pneumonia's gone. The transverse myelitis is gone. The viral encephalitis is obviously still a thing. It's going to take a long time probably for my brain to fully not be swelled, but I am obviously doing better because I'm talking to y'all. I have function of my body again. I am currently walking with a walker. I am practicing walking with a cane. I'm currently in rehab. I have a weekend pass, which is why I can talk to you and catch you up on what happened. Thank you, chat. I will be reading chat after. It's just like I need to get all this shit out. Um, Currently, I have upper body tremors. So at random points, my hands and arms, at one point, my tongue just started shaking. It was very weird. That was a weird day when my tongue just started tremoring. I have nerve damage throughout my entire body. So it is going to be a long road for recovery. They say that the first 3 months is when you make the greatest healing, but you can heal up to a year. And, you know, I am getting stronger every single day. There is marked improvement every single day. You know, I got into rehab 2 Fridays ago and I was in a wheelchair. Just powering it with my arms and with my feet. It was one of those ones that like you can walk with because it's lower to the ground. And now I'm like almost graduated to a cane, which is insane. But yeah, that's kind of where I've been and why there's been no streaming in December and January. And going forward, I am still going to be in rehab until about the middle of February. And then hopefully we can get somewhat back into a regular schedule. I can stream again. But it's just been absolutely fucking insane. And like, it's like, I don't, it's so hard to describe just how crazy this past month has been. Because, of course, with December, I don't have any memory of it. And now in January, I had to relearn how to swallow, how to eat, how to breathe. Because, fun fact, when you're intubated and then they extubate you, you have to relearn how to breathe deeply. And you also have to cough up all the shit that's been in your lungs. Fun fact, I actually got intubated twice. Just, you know, throw in that little detail. I only remember being extubated once because, of course, I got intubated and extubated during those 3 weeks that I don't remember. And intubated again, yeah. So you have to also relearn how to speak because your vocal cords just get so damaged. Which also, if I sound different, is why. Because it changes how you speak. Not how you speak, but how you sound. So if my voice is a bit more gravelly, or if it's a bit lower than it used to be, or a bit higher than it used to be, that's why. But yeah, I'm currently in rehab. And that's why streaming isn't happening for the next little while. But we will eventually get back to it. I do miss it, and I miss you guys, and we will get back to it. It's just gonna be probably about mid-February. And I don't know, it's just, it's insane. It's absolutely insane about what happened to me. I got, oh, we don't also know what got me. The virus came in and out. We have no clue what it was. My I got a I got multiple lumbar punctures actually, which is when they take the fluid from your spine. They take a little needle and it's like the little drip thing. It's insane. And the results got sent to Mayo. It came back negative, although they were looking for autoimmune stuff. But I've been tested, fun fact, for every virus in North America, in and out of season, and everything has come back negative. So we have no clue what the virus was that got into my brain. All we know is that we assume it was probably something super common and just it went into my brain and it decided to wreak havoc. In all the negatives, though, there are some funny moments. Apparently, during admission, like, and at this point, I am delirious, by the way. I'm like completely just neurons are firing. I'm out of my fucking mind. I perfectly sing the YMCA lyric for lyric. Something I could not do now. So thank you, elementary school, for playing the YMCA so much that me at 26, completely delirious, out of my mind, could sing the YMCA to a nurse. I apparently also which go what why am I asking you this? There are some little glimmers of funny moments in there. And apparently at one point I just was going off about the Salem witch trials. Like, my brain was just going. It was firing crazy. So it was just insane. But you know, throughout all this, you know, if I could thank anyone, it would be, of course, my family. Oh, it's just glitching? Oh no. Why is it glitching? See, I am reading the chat. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. It seems to be more or less okay now. You didn't hear the question? Oh, the question was, do I really need a man? Or do you really need a man, was the question I asked a nurse. Fast history of the YMCA witch trials, yeah. You know, obviously, if I could thank anyone, it would be my family, my partner, and all the doctors and nurses um, who have helped me throughout all this. I had so many amazing nurses. And, you know, so many amazing doctors throughout all this. And yeah, so that's where I've been, is hanging out with viral encephalitis. So streams will resume back in February. Not back in. In February, yes. Streams will resume in February. And you know, we can chat on the Discord during that time if people want to stay connected. Or if people want updates, I can do that. But until then, I am going to be recovering, and hopefully I will one day again be back to 100% and be walking unassisted. And for people asking, Bo is doing good. He is very happy I am home for the weekend. He has been amazing throughout all this. He has been staying with my parents, and while I'm back in rehab, will continue to stay with my parents. So no worries. He is doing good. He is spoiled up to the moon, but he definitely deserves it. He deserves it. He is currently sleeping in a little sunbeam right now. He has a little sunbeam on his face. And he's sleeping. And he's doing good as well. And, you know, when I get back to streaming, there may be times where I just break down. Because it's hard to process exactly what happened to me back in December, and then everything that's happened in January. But today is day 31. Since I woke up 32 days ago, I could barely move my fingers and toes. And now I am walking in my own house with a walker. Soon, hopefully, to be a cane. And I am here, and I am alive. For people who are wondering what recovery looks like for encephalitis, the majority of people gain back full function, and are okay and live out the rest of their lives. And just something crazy I remembered. One of my doctors was like, you know, when it comes to these cases, it's 1 in a million per year where something random like this just happens. No warning. We never find the cause. And I just happened to be the person for last year that this happened to. And no clue why. But it just happened. I am very lucky that it was viral encephalitis and not autoimmune encephalitis, because then I would be on so many more drugs for the rest of my life. But I've been told this is a one and done. I will never have to do this again. I will never have to learn how to re-walk again. I will never have to learn how to re-swallow again. I will never have to learn how to function again. Is the nerve damage permanent, or can you recover? I am currently recovering. We don't know long term. There was luckily no nerve death, because that is a lot longer process to regrow a nerve. My nerves are just damaged. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not permanent. We shall see, though. All signs indicate that it's just temporary at this point, and my nerves just need to heal. My whole body just needs to heal. And slowly things are coming back online. And like, I actually get these like shocks or waves of sensation of my nerves just like firing up. It's very weird. And like, I get jitters, as I said, which is just nerves like reactivating. I also have to re-strengthen all of my muscles because I lost a lot of muscle mass, which is just what happens when you're in a bed for 3 weeks and you don't move. But as far as we're aware, there is no permanent nerve damage, but we shall see. And yeah. So that's kind of what happened. So I don't know how you end this. How do you end talking about having like your brain explode? There's no easy transition to a goodbye after that. You just, I guess, like, be like, see you later. I'll see you guys around. I'll put the Discord link in chat. So if people would like updates, I can update, I guess. But I guess we'll see y'all sometime in mid-February, where we'll be back with Red Dead Redemption 2. I have pretty much forgotten all of the controls to this game. So I'm going to have to refigure out those. So it might be a little bit of a rocky start. I don't even know what we were doing in the game. I think we were doing something with Micah. Is that correct? Who the fuck knows? I don't. We'll figure it out. But anyways, that happened.